Today we talk about one of the most powerful legends from Indonesia. A story that is more than just a myth. It is a mirror to our hearts. A tale about love, ambition, pride, and the consequences of forgetting where we come from. This is the heartbreaking story of Malin Kundang, the boy who turned to stone. Let us begin our story on the western coast of Sumatra, in a peaceful fishing village surrounded by green hills and the vast, endless sea. In that village lived a widow, a poor but kind-hearted woman, and her only son, Malin. Life had not been easy for them. The woman's husband had died when Malin was very young, leaving her to raise the boy all by herself. She worked every day, washing clothes for neighbors, helping fishermen prepare their nets, collecting firewood from the forest, just to put a few grains of rice on their table. Malin saw all of this. Even as a child, he understood sacrifice. And from a very young age, he promised himself, "One day, I will change this. One day, I will make my mother proud." Malin was a bright boy. He learned quickly. He was respectful, clever, and had a deep curiosity about the world beyond his little village. He often asked questions no one could answer. "Mother," he said one day, "what's beyond the ocean? Where do those ships go?" His mother smiled gently and replied, "Far away, my son, to lands with big cities and tall buildings. But those places are not for people like us." But Malin didn't believe that. Deep in his heart, he believed he was born for something more. He wanted to travel, to see the world, to become successful. Not for himself alone, but so he could lift his mother out of poverty. Years passed. Malin grew into a strong and handsome young man. One morning, a large merchant ship anchored near the village. It was covered with sails as white as clouds, and on board were traders from distant islands, carrying spices, cloth, and treasure. Malin saw this as his chance. That night he went to his mother. "Mother," he said, kneeling beside her, "I want to join the ship. I want to find work. I want to learn, to grow. I promise you I will return. I will build you a house made of stone, with a kitchen full of food. I'll bring you gold and silk. Please let me go." His mother's heart trembled. The thought of losing him, even for a short while, was unbearable. But she also saw the fire in her son's eyes, the same fire his father once had. With tears, she nodded. "If you must go, then go. But promise me something," she whispered, holding his hands. "Promise me you will never forget your mother. No matter how far you go, no matter how much wealth you gain, always remember where you come from." "I promise, mother," he said. "I will never forget you." And so, with a small bag of clothes and a heart full of dreams, Malin boarded the ship. His mother stood on the shore, waving, tears rolling down her cheeks, whispering a prayer for his safety. The years rolled on like the tides. In the beginning, Malin sent letters, not often, but enough to let her know he was alive. He said he was working on ships, learning trade, visiting cities. The mother clutched each letter to her chest, reading it over and over until the ink faded. But after some time, the letters stopped coming. No word, no news. Still she waited. Every morning, she walked to the same shore, her eyes scanning the horizon. Every day she whispered, maybe today, my Malin will come home." The villagers pitied her. "You should stop waiting," they said. "He's not coming back." But the mother smiled and replied, "A mother never stops waiting for her child." Then, one bright afternoon, many years later, a magnificent ship appeared on the horizon. It was larger than any the villagers had ever seen, with gold detailing on the sides and guards in shining armor. The entire village rushed to the dock. Aboard the ship was a young man dressed in fine clothes, with a graceful woman at his side. They looked like nobility, people from the royal court. The villagers looked closer, and someone whispered, "Isn't that Malin?" "Yes, it's him. It's Malin Kundang." The news spread like wildfire. Someone ran to the old woman's house. "Mother, your son is back. He has returned." The woman's heart leapt. She didn't even stop to wear her sandals. She ran barefoot to the harbor, her old legs trembling with joy. She saw him, tall, proud, handsome, standing by the ship, her eyes filled with tears. "Malin, my son, praise be to God. You came back to me." Malin turned. He recognized her, her wrinkled face, her ragged clothes, her thin frame, her eyes filled with love. But beside him, his wife looked confused. "Who is this dirty woman?" she asked. "Why is she calling you her son?" Malin felt embarrassed, ashamed. This wasn't how he wanted to be seen. He feared judgment. He feared losing respect. "I don't know this woman," he said coldly. "She must be mistaken." The mother gasped. "Malin, it's me, your mother. Look at me. I raised you. I fed you. I waited all these years. Take her away." Malin shouted. "I don't know this crazy old woman." The crowd fell silent. Some covered their mouths. Some turned away. A deep silence fell, heavier than the waves. The mother collapsed to her knees. Her heart, already fragile, shattered. She looked at the sky. "Oh God, if he is truly my son, then let him be punished for what he has done today." As she spoke those words, the sky darkened. Clouds gathered. Thunder rolled across the sea. The wind howled. Malin turned to leave, but the sea began to rage. Waves crashed against the ship. The sky opened up with lightning. The villagers screamed and ran for cover. And then, in one terrifying moment's silence, the ship was gone. On the shore stood a single stone figure, a man on his knees, arms outstretched in horror. Malin Kundang had been turned to stone. To this day, the people of Padang say you can still see the stone on the beach, the cursed figure of Malin. And his story is told again and again to remind children, to remind parents, to remind all of us. Never forget those who raised you. Never let pride erase your past. Because in the end, riches can disappear. Power can vanish. But a mother's love is the greatest treasure of all. And once lost, it may never return. This legend teaches us that no matter how far we rise in life, we must stay grounded. Ambition is good. Dreams are good. But when we forget the people who helped us along the way, our parents, our teachers, our roots, we risk losing everything. And as you listen to this story in English, remember, mastering English is not just about learning a language. It's about becoming a person who can connect stories, cultures, and hearts. You are not just learning English. You are learning to carry your voice into the world with meaning, with wisdom, and with pride in who you are. So never stop learning, and never forget your mother.